Right. I spent a couple days carefully apply all the glazes on my pieces. Now they are ready to go into the kiln and see the result in a couple of days. So keep the fingers crossed. So here is the result of overview on the pieces I recently glazed, and also did some demo on my YouTube channel on some individual pieces that I glazed, and I show you the process of a glazing. And here is the result of all the pieces I loaded in the kiln. And I will talk about the overall critiques and what needs to be done to improve my next firing. Alright, overall, I'm not quite satisfied with my firing. Here is the cones that I placed inside the kiln. So this one is cone 11 and this is cone 10. So actually I fired to cone 11. And this is on the top 2/3 of the kiln. And this is the on the bottom 1/3 of the kiln. So it's about half of a cone difference. Okay, cone 10 and cone 11. So just to let you know. And these are the cookies that I placed underneath of my pieces. So what happened in the kiln is that because I haven't been fired for a long time in my electric kiln, I usually use the gas kiln to do the firing. So I'm not quite familiar with the kiln. So I could have hold the temperature at the peak temperature a little bit longer, because some of my pieces, you can see that there's still bubbly on the surface. Okay, the glaze is not quite healing, so it's a little bit rough on the surface. A little bit rough on the surface. Here's the one of the demonstration on the cover jar. I would like to have more of the brown color here on the pendant this here, but probably the temperature isn't hot enough, so I didn't get it. I didn't quite get it. This one here, I was aiming for this kind of result, but I didn't get it. So it's kind of especially one side has a little bit brown, the other side is still white. So my guess is the temperature is not hot enough. Okay, this is on the lower bottom shelf, not hot enough. Also, this piece I did a demo on putting 2 glazes, but you can see that the inside is still bubbly, so it's again not hot enough. But the outside, the 2 band of under glazes looks very good. Red iron stain, and also the under glazes I blend orange and the red color together. The outside is good, but the inside, well, not quite hot enough again, so still bubbly, right? I show you the red iron stain on my sodium silicate texture. And I told you that I prefer more of the orange, kind of a brownish color here, more brownish color here. Again, not quite, but this one was okay. It's okay. It shows the contrast of the trimming mark, the kind of brownish color. This is my 7-pound platter. I spray the glaze over and spray it on my homemade spray booth, inside the spray booth, and this is the result. And also here too. I did one of in my demonstration. I brushed the black slip over, but black slip doesn't show clearly. A little bit show the line, the drawing lines. That's why I haven't approved black slip yet. So a lot of people ask me for the recipe. I am hesitant to pass around because it's not been tested yet. So that's why I don't give away my recipe, because it's not been proved yet. And some of the mugs, not quite the temperature, not hot enough. I would prefer it the glaze to run down a little bit more. All right, so that's the totally of the full fire. Just give you some example of it. Next time, if I'm firing the kiln again, this is my electric kiln. I haven't been fired for years because I have access to a gas kiln, and I prefer fire in my gas kiln because the temperature, also the atmosphere, is a little bit more, not as pure as oxidation, not as pure as the electric kiln, because electric kiln got pure oxidation, but in the gas kiln somehow it's kind of neutral, or maybe a little bit slightly reduced, and your piece is more rich, more interesting. Let me grab a piece of mine and to show you. I fired that in the gas kiln, you can see the difference. Let me grab one. All right, so I actually grabbed 3 pieces from the gas kiln, fire in oxidation atmosphere, and the result, you can compare the results. So this is the cover jar that fire in the gas kiln, and shows the texture nicely. And on this one too, shows the pattern nicely too. And this one, compare with that, there's still a little bit, you can see like orange peel, that's the surface, not quite, meaning the temperature wasn't hot enough compared with that one, compared with this one. So it's in my electric kiln, and I haven't fired for years, so I am not quite familiar with my electric kiln. I should have hold the temperature maybe 10-15 minutes longer during the peak temperature, so to let the glaze even out. Okay, so this concludes my demonstration of glazing and the firing. Hope help you improve in your firing schedule.